The big opening night was awesome 12 games. Obviously, we can talk about every single game, but we'll talk about the most interesting performances.
Yeah, I mean, 12 games is a lot to digest, right? Especially on night one, it kind of cuts through all that preseason talk.
Totally. So our goal here, our mission for this deep dive, is basically to filter that for you.
Exactly. Cut through the noise. We want to pull out the really surprising stuff, the key storylines you actually need to know.
Especially those big debuts, some major upsets, things that maybe hint at bigger trends.
And there's one performance, I think we got to start there, that just completely dominated the headlines.
Oh, definitely. We're talking about that one young, massive player who didn't just play well, he kind of broke his opponent's whole system.
Yeah, completely dismantled it. And then on the other side of things, you had another star just dropping a career-defining game almost.
41 points, yeah. Had to basically carry his team. So a lot happened, a real shift maybe in some power dynamics. Let's dive in.
Okay, so Victor Wembanyama. The stat line alone is, well, it's staggering.
It really is. What was it, 40 points?
40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. But here's the kicker, the really wild part. He did it in only 30 minutes of game time. 30 minutes.
That's insane efficiency. And the plus-minus reflects that, right? Like plus 31.
Plus 31. And look at the shooting splits. 15 of 21 from the field. That's over 70%.
71%, yeah. And 9 of 11 from the line. I mean, for a guy using that many possessions, that level of efficiency it's almost unheard of.
It really is. And it's not just that he scored, it's how. That's what tells the story, I think, about his development.
Right, because we saw everything, the whole package.
Yeah, you saw the step-back three. We know he has that. Looks smooth.
Yep. Then there was that drive, the reverse dunk past Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Just blew by him.
Against AD, who's known for his length and timing, right? Made him look kind of helpless there.
And the spinning baseline jumper. That's becoming a signature.
But the one play, the one that really made me sit up, it was that sequence in the second half.
Oh, I know the one, the double spin.
Yeah, catches it, quick spin to shake the first guy, and then immediately, flows into another spin move past the help defender.
That's not just athleticism. It's processing speed, it's body control, it's knowing where the help is. It shows real maturity.
Exactly. It wasn't just flash. It felt calculated, geometric almost. Like he knows exactly how his length impacts the space around him.
And that links directly to the biggest change, doesn't it? The shot selection.
Huge change. Because last year, people talked about him settling, right? Taking maybe too many tough threes.
Yeah, 5-6 attempts a game sometimes. Looked good on highlights, but maybe not always the best shot.
But this game, against the Mavs, he took 2 3-pointers all night. 2.
That's a massive difference. That feels like a conscious decision, not just how the game flowed.
It has to be. He's understanding, okay, I'm 7'5" or whatever he is now.
6, maybe. Who knows?
Right. He's realizing, why settle for a contested 3 when I can get into the paint almost whenever I want?
And when he gets in the paint, it's either a high percentage look for him or he's drawing fouls. Like 9 of 11 from the line shows.
Exactly. He's leveraging that insane physical advantage, taking what the defense gives him, sure, but also forcing the issue inside. It's efficient. It's smart basketball. He's taking the game seriously. Understanding his unique impact.
And that impact, that decision to attack, it was the catalyst, wasn't it, for just breaking everything Dallas wanted to do defensively.
Oh, completely. He just wrecked their front court, put them all in foul trouble almost immediately.
P.J. Washington, A.D., Derek Lively. They couldn't guard him without fouling?
Lively ended up with 5 fouls, right? Before the third quarter was even done.
Yeah, and Washington and A.D. both picked up 4 fouls each.
Think about that. Your 3 main bigs, your guys tasked with handling him, are all basically neutralized because they can't play physically.
Your whole defensive game plan just goes out the window at that point.
Yeah.
You can't be aggressive, rotations get slow, you're hesitant to contest.
Dallas wanted to use size and length against him, and Wemby just turned it against them, used their aggression to get them into foul trouble. Masterful.
And when your defense is getting shredded like that and you're constantly dealing with foul trouble, it bleeds into the offense.
Oh, it did. The Mavs offense looked brutal.
Yeah, what was that, 6 of 21 at the rim? That's terrible.
Awful. Some of that is Wemby's presence, obviously, just his length deterring shots.
Yeah. The intimidation factor.
But beyond that, they just looked disjointed, kind of frantic, no real cohesion, especially when they didn't have a true point guard out there setting things up.
Which brings us neatly to the rookie they started, Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, Flagg's debut. On paper, you see 10 points, 10 rebounds in 32 minutes.
A double-double. First NBA game sounds pretty good, right?
It does, until you look closer. 0 assists. 3 turnovers.
It tells a different story, doesn't it? For a guy billed as a connector, a high IQ player.
It really does. And watching him, he just looked timid,
Mm-hmm.
especially early.
Took only 2 shots in the whole first half, I think.
Yeah, just 2 shots. For a guy who's supposed to help facilitate, make plays, he seemed hesitant to assert himself. Which, okay, first game, youngest player, maybe nerves.
Nerves are expected, for sure. He missed that early alley-oop, too. Maybe that shook his confidence a bit.
Could be. He just never really seemed to find his rhythm within that offense, which, let's be honest, was pretty dysfunctional around him.
And maybe that starting lineup didn't help. Coach Kidd went big with Flagg, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, A.D., and Lively.
Yeah, that lineup, strategically, it felt a bit flawed from the jump.
Why do you think it struggled so much? On paper, lots of size, switchability.
It lacked a calming influence. It lacked someone to really organize them in the half court. You had scorers like AD and Klay, sure, but neither is a primary initiator or floor general.
Right. So when the Spurs trapped or the offense slowed down, who was settling them down?
Nobody, really. It devolved into tough isolation plays, forced shots, and Flagg, the rookie, was kind of left trying to figure it out amidst the chaos. Not an ideal situation for a debut. They sacrificed playmaking for size, and it backfired.
Tough start for him. Tough start for the Mavs. But hey, yes, the fans seem to like him.
Yeah, that moment during the anthem.
When they chanted flag at the line and the flag was still there. That was pretty cool.
It was. Shows how quickly fans can adopt a guy, even after a tough loss like that. That's a nice little moment for him in the city.
Definitely. But yeah, big picture for Dallas. They got fundamentally broken by Wemby, and they got to figure out how to integrate Flagg properly into an offense that actually functions. Big questions early.
Okay, let's shift over to the East. A really interesting matchup, Knicks versus Cavs. And the Knicks pull out a win, 119-111.
Yeah, and a pretty significant win for them, I think, especially because Cleveland had their number last season.
Right. And the Cavs were missing some key guys, too. Struss, Hunter, Garland wasn't playing. Exactly. So good teams beat shorthanded teams. But the way the Knicks won felt different. It wasn't just Brunson carrying them.
The depth. Was that the big story?
Huge story. It got 35 points off the bench. 35.
Wow. What was their average last year? Like low 20s?
Under 22 points a game on average. So you're talking about adding like 13 extra bench points per night compared to last season. That's a massive swing.
That changes their whole dynamic, doesn't it? Makes them much less reliant on the starters.
Totally. And it speaks to maybe better personnel, but also a different approach. The coaching staff seems to be embracing pace and space more.
We saw OG Anunoby have a great game, 24 and 14 rebounds. Brunson did his thing, 23 points.
Solid performances from the stars, for sure. But the overall offense just looked more dynamic, more spaced out.
Yeah, they were running more 5-out stuff, weren't they? Using Deuce McBride more.
Exactly. That 5-out spacing is key. Last year, teams could just load up, blitz Brunson constantly, and kind of muck things up.
Right, force him into tough passes or contested shots.
But now, with 5 shooters on the floor, if you blitz Brunson, boom, quick pass, open 3, or there's a huge lane to drive into if the defense rotates slowly.
And McBride helps there too. He can handle the ball, push the pace. He's not just a spot-up guy.
No, he's a good secondary creator. Keeps the offense flowing even when Brunson gets trapped or needs a breather. They won this game even with, 5 guys shooting poorly overall. That tells you the system is working better. It's more resilient.
Okay, so that's the Knicks looking good. What about the Cavs side? Obviously a loss, shorthanded, but any positives?
Well, Donovan Mitchell, he was incredible.
That third quarter was something else.
21 points in the third, just went nuclear. He single-handedly dragged them back and tied the game at 87. Showed that fight, that ability to just take over.
Yeah, even in a loss, that's what your star does. Keeps you in it.
And the other positive potentially is the Lonzo Ball pickup. He played right on a minutes restriction.
Yeah, saw limited action, but the idea is he really helps when Garland is out.
He should. Lonzo brings that organization, that tempo-pushing passing, and really good point-of-attack defense, things they sometimes lack when Garland sits.
Stabilizes those backup units, maybe? Stops the bleeding when Mitchell rests?
That's the hope. Gives them another reliable ball handler and defender. So yeah, despite the loss, Cleveland still looks like a solid team, especially when they get healthy. Top 4 in the East, probably.
But the buzz around the Knicks, it's real, isn't it? People talking about them being favored in the East. That feels weird to say.
It does, like Patrick Ewing era weird. It's been a long time.
Way too early, obviously, it's one game.
Yeah.
But seeing that improved depth, the new offensive spacing,
Yeah.
it does make you think maybe they've taken a real step forward.
Yeah, the pieces fit better, and the system seems designed to maximize them now. Interesting times in New York.
Okay, time to head back Midwest. Because, of course, we have to talk about our Bulls.
Gotta talk about the Bulls. And they opened with a pretty convincing win over the Pistons, right? A statement win, maybe?
I think so. Yeah. And maybe surprising to some, given the preseason chatter, especially around Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah, Vuce had a huge night, just came out firing. 28 points, 14 rebounds.
And the shooting was key, 4 of 6 from 3.
Exactly. That really silenced some of the critics who were, let's say, questioning his effort level in the preseason.
Right. He looks kind of slow, maybe disinterested in those exhibition games. What's the thinking there? Was he just pacing himself?
That seems to be the analysis, yeah. He played a ton of high-intensity basketball for Montenegro over the summer. Deep run.
Okay, so he needed to manage his workload.
Right. The idea is he was coasting a bit, preserving energy, focusing on conditioning, knowing he had to ramp up when it actually mattered. Professionalism, not laziness.
And clearly, he was ready. That 4 for 6 from deep is so important for them.
Oh, it unlocks everything. When Vuce is hitting that shot, it pulls the opposing center away from the rim, creates those driving lanes for the guards.
Like Modus Buzelis.
Like Modus Buzelis, who also had himself a night.
Right.
21 points.
Looked really aggressive, really efficient too. 7 of 9 inside the arc. Perfect from the line.
7 for 7 from the free throw line? That's huge. That turns a decent scoring night into a really good one. That's a sign of maturity, converting those opportunities.
And watching him play, he just makes things look easy, simple, even complex moves.
Yeah, there's a smoothness there, a confidence. Whether it's a finish with the left or that Euro step in traffic, it doesn't look forced.
You got that swagger, right?
Yeah.
Flirting with arrogance, maybe, but in a good way. Like he believes he belongs.
You want that, especially from a young guy trying to make that leap, maybe gunning for most improved player.
Yeah.
You need that self-belief.
Now, does his rise maybe impact Josh Giddey a bit? Giddey had good numbers too, 19 and 11 assists, but also 6 turnovers?
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. The theory is, as Buzelis becomes more of a primary finisher, takes on more usage, maybe Giddey's raw assist numbers or even scoring chances dip slightly.
Which might keep Giddey off that all-star bubble.
Potentially, but honestly, that's probably a good problem to have for the Bulls.
How so?
Because having another reliable, efficient scorer like Buzelis, someone who can get buckets late in games, is ultimately more valuable for winning than just padding Giddey's assist totals. It's a sacrifice for the greater good, you know? Makes the team better overall.
Makes sense. And the other side of the ball. Defense looked better, more intense.
Definitely. That was a point of emphasis all preseason, and they delivered. Isaac Aero in particular really clamped down on Cade Cunningham.
Gave him fists, as they say.
Pretty much. Held Cade to 8 of 24 shooting. Just physical, relentless pressure. Made him uncomfortable all night.
And they neutralized Jalen Duren early too, right? With foul trouble.
Yeah, that was huge. Duren is such a beast on the boards. Gets the Pistons so many second chances.
But he had 0 rebounds in the first half.
0. They attacked him, got him into foul trouble, and took away a huge part of Detroit's identity. That's smart, disciplined defense executing a game plan.
And quickly, shout out to Trey Jones off the bench. Stabilize things.
Big time. 12 points, 8 assists. Just solid, steady play when some other guys, like Jalen Smith, struggled.
Smith was 0-5 from 3. Oof.
Yeah, looked slow too. Jones provided that veteran calm they needed from the backup unit. Really important glue guy.
Okay, one more game to hit out west. Anthony Edwards just going off.
41 points for Ant-Man. Just a masterpiece against Portland.
Led the Wolves to a tight win, 118-114. And that point total, it's significant for him, right?
It is. It actually gave him the most 40-point games in Timberwolves history.
Wow. Already. At his age. That's crazy.
Yeah, passing franchise legends, speaks volumes about the kind of scorer he is and is becoming.
And they needed all of it, apparently. Sounds like Minnesota was trailing most of the game.
They were. It wasn't an easy win. They really relied on Ant hitting big shot after big shot, those dagger buckets, especially late, just to pull it out.
So pull-ups, drives, mid-range, just carrying the offense when things got tight.
Exactly. Show that clutch gene, that ability to be the bailout option when the system isn't generating easy looks. That's superstar stuff, taking over when you absolutely have to.
So another young star stepping up huge on opening night. Seems to be a theme.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag tag outro. All right, so let's wrap this up. Key takeaways for you, the fan trying to make sense of night one. What really matters?
Well, first, the Wembanyama performance. It wasn't just dominant, it was efficiently dominant in a way that felt like a leap forward. A new baseline, maybe?
Yeah, that focus on inside scoring, leveraging the size, breaking the Mavs defense, that felt different. Then you have the Knicks.
The Knicks' depth and pace looked legit. That bench production, the 5-out spacing, that could make them a real problem in the East if it holds up.
Okay, and our Bulls.
Vucevic looking ready from the jump. Buzelis taking another step towards stardom, and that defensive intensity paying off immediately. A really encouraging start.
And finally, Ant-Man proving again he's one of the league's elite clutch scorers, just willing his team to a win.
Absolutely. But if we focus on one thing, one implication maybe for the future, it really comes back to Wemby, doesn't it?
That immediate evolution.
Yeah.
He's not just highlights and potential anymore.
Exactly. That improved shot selection, the focus on high percentage looks, the strength to handle contact. It feels like he's already breaking defensive schemes. He put elite defenders in foul trouble instantly.
He made Anthony Davis look small at times, which is wild.
Yeah.
So the big question, the provocative thought maybe.
Yeah, if this level of like geometric dominance, this scheme-breaking efficiency, if this is Wemby's new normal, not just a hot night, but his baseline, how long does it take the rest of the league to figure out how to even contain that? What kind of defensive adjustments can you even make against that size and newfound efficiency?
That's the multi-million-dollar question for every defensive coordinator right now, isn't it? How do you stop something that seems fundamentally unstoppable when it plays smart?
It might force a whole rethinking of front court defense across the league.
Yeah.
The blueprint might need a complete rewrite starting now.
Fascinating thought to chew on as the season unfolds. All right, that's our deep dive for today. Thank you for listening. Elliot, please comment, like, subscribe. If you're in YouTube, Spotify, please leave 5-star review at Delay Shiham. Until next time,